24 hours from now, the Rajya Sabha could well pass a landmark legislation paving the way for India to have a more standardized indirect tax structure in the country, with almost all political parties finally coming on board. This after the government extended the olive branch and agreed to amendment of some of the contentious clauses in the bill. So, what are these changes? CNBC TV 18 learns that there will be 6 major amendments which will be introduced when the bill comes up for discussion and passage in the upper house tomorrow. Rituparna Bhuya joins in now from outside the parliament to tell us all about what those changes could be. Ritu, take it away.
Top sources have told us that government will be moving 6 amendments to the constitutional amendment bill on GST. One of the most interesting amendments is to the clause 12, which basically relates to the dispute settlement mechanism. Therein 3 mechanisms will be prescribed. Firstly, states versus the center. That is the first mechanism. Second mechanism will deal with states and certain states and the centers. Some states and the center on one side versus other states. That will be the second mechanism, and third mechanism will be, of course, states versus states. In addition to that, we have also been told that Clause 9 will be amended to ensure that whatever levies states collect, that does not go into the consolidated fund of India. This was a major demand by states, which has been now accepted. Also, we understand that Clause 10 will also be amended to ensure that whatever levies center collects, how will it be divided with different states? So there's a mechanism which the Clause 10 amendments will prescribe. Clause 18, which is basically to do with 1% additional tax, that will be totally done away with. Clause 19 is another interesting amendment wherein, which specifies the reimbursement mechanism. There is a certain, a way in which this clause is worded. We understand that the Trinamool Congress has raised some red flags over that, and hence perhaps when the Finance Minister speaks tomorrow, there will be further amendments to this clause to ensure that this gives enough assurance to states regarding the reimbursement mechanism if the states carry out losses or face losses due to implementation of GST. Tomorrow the bill will be tabled by around 2 o'clock. Discussion will go on throughout the evening, and perhaps by around 9:30, 10 o'clock we'll see this constitutional amendment bill on GST being passed in the Rajya Sabha.
हमें उम्मीद ये है कि राज्यसभा में पारित हो जाएगा और उसके बाद में फिर आगे की सारी बातों की चर्चा राज्यसभा में जो सांसद लोग करेंगे, उससे फिर आगे की एक तय करने की रणनीति तय करने की बात हम सबकी समझ में आएगी।
जीएसटी देश के हित में है, ये सबके लिए विन विन है और भारत के आर्थिक विकास के लिए बहुत ही आवश्यक है। तो ये आम सहमति के साथ कल जीएसटी राज्यसभा में लिस्टेड है। हम उम्मीद करते हैं ये सर्वसम्मति से पारित होगा।
संवैधानिक स्वरूप है वो कल आ रहा है। निश्चित रूप से जो डिटेल है, जो सभी तथ्य हैं, वो तो स्टैट्यूट में आएंगे और उसके लिए सरकार को भी बहुत काम करना है। कांग्रेस से कोई सरोकार नहीं है, उसका प्रदेश सरकारों के साथ काम करना है, लेकिन ढांचे से एक गति मिलेगी, एक दिशा मिलेगी और वो ढांचा मैं समझता हूँ पूरा अनुमान है। अगर कोई नई सरप्राइज नहीं होती, कोई नया आश्चर्यजनक तत्व नहीं आता है, तो कल एक प्रकार से वो ढांचा सहमति द्वारा अप्रूव हो जाना चाहिए।
विभिन्न पार्टियों के सुझाव थे, खास तौर से स्टेट को लेकर हमारे भी पार्टी के कुछ सुझाव थे, तो लेकिन जीएसटी बिल के मामले में तो कुछ सुझाव गवर्नमेंट ने मान लिए हैं। अभी और भी बहुत से सुझाव होंगे विभिन्न पार्टियों के, कुछ हम भी सुझाव रखेंगे, लेकिन भारतीय जनता पार्टी का ये कहना है सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का कि जीएसटी के पास हो जाने से तो इससे अर्थव्यवस्था में काफ़ी सुधार होगा और अर्थव्यवस्था मजबूत होगी, और जब अर्थव्यवस्था मजबूत होगी तो इससे काफ़ी फायदे होंगे।
जीएसटी के बिल के हक में हम पहले से थे, आज भी हैं, कल भी उसका समर्थन करेंगे और मैं मानता हूं कि सरकार ने सभी लोगों से सभी पार्टियों से बात कर ली होगी और आम सहमति से पास होना चाहिए, ऐसा पहले से हमारा राय रहा है।
All right, so now that almost all the political parties have come on board, what does it mean for India Inc? Naushad Forbes of CII joins in now to tell us just that. Naushad, welcome to the show. You know, you've spoken to us several times over GST, and you have indicated that you're okay with or without the 18% contentious GST rate being specified. From your perspective, what would corporate India want as far as the GST rate is concerned?
So, you know, what we've been saying is that the Arvind Subramanian Committee report, as you know, has proposed a rate of between 16 and 18%. That's a rate that we can live with in industry. We believe that that is a workable rate which will not be inflationary, that will not lead to price increases. And that it is indeed, I think it was calculated by the committee as a revenue neutral rate. That's the right way of going about setting the initial rate, such that it is revenue neutral and we end up with the benefits of an easier and more transparent and less cascading tax system, and not really a tax system which either raises or reduces the rate of tax that's paid.
So if the rate is higher than 18%, say it goes up to 20%, what is the impact that corporate India should prepare for?
So I think if it goes up to 20%, even that is probably something that one could live with. If it goes anything beyond 20%, then I think it starts becoming much more problematic. And I believe the proposal now is to ring fence the rate, not to include a rate cap in the constitutional amendment bill itself, but instead to ring fence the rate, maybe at around 18 or 20% in the bill, as opposed to in the constitution. And we think that's a good step forward because it will provide some certainty to industry going forward that this is the rate they can expect in the longer term.
Naushad, there have been multiple analyst reports that have been analysing the impact of GST on corporate India. There seems to be the expectation, and people are preparing for an initial increase in inflation, at least a transitionary increase in inflation, till we see growth actually kicking in. How long would that transition period be then?
I think a few months. You know, I think there may be a few spikes here and there that we will see as the tax incidence changes for particular products in particular markets. But I think that will very quickly go away. Anyone who tries to take advantage of the situation to raise prices significantly, the best way of controlling that is through competition. Let another private, you know, they always say that the best way to control a private firm is another private firm. So just get another private firm to actually sell at a lower price, and that will get the price back down for the first firm too. So I think the normal competitive mechanism will sort out any issues of opportunism that firms try to take advantage of, and that's indeed what we should encourage.
Okay, sticking to the impact on corporate India, there seems to be the sense that oil and gas and some services sectors could see a negative impact. How then will these sectors recover? Well, oil and gas, as you know, petroleum products are being kept out of the initial GST scope. And it would be our hope in industry that as we go along, they will also get included. You know, the saying is that the perfect is the enemy of the good. We're quite happy to have us start with a GST which covers most products, with one or two left out, with few left out. And then as we go along, we hope that those will start being included as more and more states feel comfortable that their revenue is indeed buoyant, that they are indeed collecting more tax as a result of GST and the growth that's being unleashed. And I think we'll start seeing more and more items coming into the GST. The ideal GST is one that covers every product and one that covers every input. All right, Naushad Forbes, completely out of time, but thanks for giving us that detailed perspective. We will have all our answers tomorrow.